And adding an extra fold to all of this, over the weekend, George Kambosos Jr. upsetting Teofimo Lopez to win his lightweight titles. That has to add extra motivation coming into this fight, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because a lot of people counted George Kambosos out. George Kambosos is a young competitive fighter as well. He's not as experienced. He has the same amount of fights as Devin Haney and Teofimo. So I wouldn't say that my career is just like his. And the outcome, if I beat Devin Haney, I don't think it's going to be a shock to me. It's not going to be a shock. It's just going to be like, all right, I got it done. Now it's time to focus on somebody else. Because like I said, man, I feel like I'm still young in the game. I'm 29 years old. I'm at my prime right now. My body is at its finest, and I'm just ready to go, and I'm hungry. And I I know. Congratulations to George Kambosos. I know that he did everything that he needed to do to come out victorious, and it was one hell of a fight. He did a tremendous job. But my main focus right now is Devin Haney and just getting him out of there. And after that, focusing on somebody else.
Well, he speaks highly of you, because when I asked him what he thought about this fight, he's like, do not count out Jojo. Like, Jojo can win this fight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, because George Kambosos, man, real recognized real, and I know that George, he's a real fighter, and he's a guy that works for everything that he has accomplished. He don't get no handouts either, just like myself, and he actually worked and did everything possible, sacrificed, did all the dedication to become where he's at right now, and I respect him and hats off to him, and I'm hoping and looking forward to a great clash with him later on down the line. It'll be fireworks for all the fight fans. So right now, like I said, my main focus is Devin Haney, and I just got to go out there and just do my thing, have fun, enjoy and love what I do, and come out victorious come Saturday night.
Curious, Jojo, what did you make of the actual fight he had with Teo? Like the way that Teo fought and the way that George fought?
I knew Teofimo Lopez and his father thought that George Kambosos was a nobody, man. But I was looking at some of his tapes and I seen how hungry he was, and I was like, man, this guy is going to be a major threat. I mean, he's not going to knock him out in the fucking first round like how everybody thinks he is, man. He's 21. He's 21-0. He's an undefeated fighter. He's fought Lee Selby. He's fought good fighters already. He had a good resume coming up, and he's hungry, and he knows that this is a moment of his life too. So it wasn't going to be a walk in the park. But Teofimo Lopez and his father, I think Teofimo Lopez thought that he was going to be able to knock him out because of how big he was. Even outside of the camp, he was pretty big and pretty strong and solid. But that weight cut, I feel like drained him, and his body wasn't able to function like how it usually functions at different weights when you're hydrated. So he didn't have that pop anymore. He didn't have that snap. He didn't have that quickness like he does. He was still sharp and still a good fighter in there, but he didn't have what he had. That weight cut really did drain him. And George Kambosos did exactly what he needed to do. He knew that Teofimo Lopez was going to be dehydrated that fight. He knew that he needed to work more, keep out on distance, and not get caught with those shots. He was getting caught here and there, but right after he was getting caught, he was retaliating right away too to keep Teofimo Lopez from off of him. So he fought a great game plan and a great night of boxing, and he deserves everything that is given to him.
Yeah, I feel that throughout the fight, Teo just wanted to knock him out, and he didn't really have like an overall game plan to implement in the fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He thought that he was going to be able to knock him out and just put him asleep, man. Teofimo Lopez is a hell of a fighter, and I know that fighters, it's not over for him. Fighters, take defeats, and it's just a matter of if they're going to learn from it or if they're going to dwell from it. If they're going to, be sad and, get overwhelmed by that sadness and not want to progress, or be like, what? Fuck it, man. I ended up losing, but I got to adapt. I got to adjust. This is what I did wrong. And I feel like Teofimo Lopez, he's that type of guy and type of fighter that is going to progress from this. And I think that this is not over. I just think he has to make a few adjustments inside his camp, maybe move up and weight. And I think he's going to still be a one hell of a fighter.
Yeah, I think he said like before the fight that he's gonna move up to 140 pounds because yeah, he can't do the cut anymore. But a lot of people have said that he needs to change trainers because the advice that his dad was giving him in the corner, they were saying was like really really bad, and and his dad saying that he won the fight like 10-2.
Yeah, I don't think he won the fight at all, man. I think George Kambosos won the fight. It was a competitive fight. It was an action-packed fight. They were both delivering some shots, but George Kambosos was getting the best of them, and he was winning the rounds. As far as the trainer, man, whatever feels more comfortable with Teofimo Lopez is if he feels that, having his dad on his side is going to benefit him and going to progress his career, that's his choice. But if he wants to make that change and feels like he needs somebody that is going to, actually give him a game plan and actually tell him what he's doing wrong and tell him the truth too. Like, you're losing this round. You need to do better this round. This is what you're doing wrong and stuff like that. Then, I mean, the choice is up to him. It's nobody else's choice. It's up to Teofimo Lopez on what he wants to do because it's his career.
Yeah, no, definitely. Ultimately, it is up to him. And now we're so close, Jojo. If you win this fight, you got a right to be undisputed against George, because obviously if you win, George is going to want to fight with you. And George has said that he's going to be there in Vegas, scoping out the fight. Going back to your fight with Devin now, ultimately, like, how have you seen this in your mind playing out?
I see this playing out just exactly how I planned it, man. Filling out Devin Haney, knowing that he's going to try to keep me out on bay, but being the dog that I am and roughing him up, getting him tired, making him fight in the pocket, and getting him out of there. Either late stoppage or stoppage around the 8th round. I'm planning on just overwhelming them with my endurance, my strength, my power, my experience, and the knowledge that I have inside the ring. And like I said, this is my moment, and I'm going to come out victorious come Saturday night.
If you win, is that the next logical step, a fight with George Kambosos, or you're thinking maybe Lomachenko or Gervonta Davis?
I want the biggest fights possible for my career. Right now I feel like I'm at my prime, so I want to fight the best, and I want to leave a legacy. So if George Kambosos and they want to fight after this fight, let's make it happen. If not, I want Gervonta Davis. I want Gervonta Davis next. I want these guys that people are hardly talking about, because I want to face the top tier, and I want people to know that I'm not afraid to fight them, and I'm willing to fight these guys. Not like people that are just calling people out, but then when the going gets tough or when the contract is actually sent to them, they're not going to sign. I want to fight either George Kambosos or Gervonta Davis next.
I think you've already proved that, though, Jojo, that you're not afraid to take challenges. If you look at the list of the fighters you fought, the last 4 or 5, like, all those guys are tough dudes. People don't want to fight against them because they're hard fights. So I think you've already went ahead and showed that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Hub TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Hub TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.